Retirement is one of life's biggest transitions, and for many, one of the most uncertain. You've spent decades working, saving, building a life, and you've done everything right. But now, as retirement approaches, the questions begin to surface. Will I have enough? What happens if my health changes? Should I downsize? What if I lose my spouse? How do I make sure my family is taken care of? And these aren't just financial questions. They affect how you sleep at night, how you make decisions today, and how you feel about the years ahead. Some people feel excited, others feel anxious. Most feel a mix of both. Because retirement isn't just about stopping work, it's about starting something new. And that can be overwhelming. But here's the truth, you don't have to figure it out alone. With the right team, the right plan, and the right conversations, you can turn uncertainty into clarity and build a retirement that's not just financially secure, but personally fulfilling. Welcome to Retire Ready, the next chapter, a new series designed to help you approach retirement with clarity, confidence, and purpose. We'll tackle the real-world questions that matter most, from income and planning strategies to lifestyle shifts and legacy considerations. This opening episode provides a high-level roadmap of the conversations we'll explore more deeply in the episodes ahead. I'm Peter Guidote, Chartered Accountant, Certified Financial Planner, and Senior Portfolio Manager at CG Wealth Management. And in this video, we'll talk about the decisions you'll need to make as you approach retirement and who can help you make them. We'll be taking a look at Mark's retirement journey, a fictional but representative example of the different stages many people experience as they move through retirement. From early planning to the end-of-life decisions, Mark's story offers a window into the emotional, financial, and personal transitions that shape this chapter of life. So let's get started.
Are you sure that my savings will last?
Is CPP really enough to retire on?
Taxes keep rising.
RRSP? RIF? I don't understand the difference. Can I help my kids?
It's time to retire ready and enter the next chapter.
I remember feeling a quiet unease as retirement approached. Not fear exactly, but a kind of disorientation. For decades, my days had a rhythm, meetings, deadlines, goals. Then suddenly that structure vanished and I was left wondering who I was without it. Before we retired, my wife, Elaine, and I talked a lot during that time about purpose, about staying engaged, about what really mattered. I realized that retirement wasn't just about stopping work. It was about starting something new, something meaningful, even if I wasn't sure what that looked like yet.
So one of the most common worries people have as they approach retirement is, what if it's not exactly what I expected? What if I still need to work? What if I feel lost without my career? These are real concerns, and they often show up long before retirement begins. Because retirement isn't just a financial shift, it's a lifestyle shift. It's a change in identity, in routine, in purpose. And for many, work has become more than a job. It's been structure, it's been community. It's been the rhythm of life, something you don't realize until it's gone. You heard Mark say, I didn't realize how much of my day was shaped by work until it stopped. Leaving a career can feel like losing part of yourself. It's like stepping off a moving train. The momentum stops and you're left wondering where to go next. That's why some retirees choose to keep working, not out of necessity, but for connection, stimulation, and meaning. Others face transitions like downsizing. Maybe the house feels too big, maybe the yard is too much to maintain, or maybe it's time to move closer to family or to a place that better fits your lifestyle. These decisions aren't just practical, they're emotional. They involve memories, relationships, and a vision of what your next chapter could be. And then there's the possibility of losing a spouse, something no one wants to think about, but many will face. Widowhood isn't something anyone wants to imagine, yet it can happen earlier than we think. In 2021, over 4,000 women and 1,300 men under 55 in Canada became widowed, and the financial impact can be just as significant as the emotional one. That's why it's so important to plan ahead, to know your household finances, to understand your accounts, and to make sure you can access everything in life because life changes suddenly. Because while these transitions are difficult, they're also manageable with the right preparation and support. Retirement brings emotional and lifestyle transitions, but with early planning, you can face them with confidence and control.
Lately, I've been sitting with the question, what do I actually want this next chapter to look like? And truthfully, I don't have a clear picture yet. For years, my life was shaped by goals, career milestones, raising our kids, paying off the house. Now the structure is gone, and I'm realizing that freedom can feel a little disorienting. Elaine and I have started talking more about what brings us joy. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's volunteering, maybe it's just slow mornings together with a good espresso.
One of the most common things I hear from people approaching retirement is, I don't even know what I want retirement to look like. How do I plan for something I can't picture? And that's completely understandable. For years, your goals may have been clear: build a career, raise a family, pay off the mortgage. But now the path ahead is less defined. And that can make planning feel abstract, even intimidating. But here's the truth: retirement planning doesn't start with numbers. It starts with a vision. What do you want your days to look like? Do you want to travel, spend more time with your grandkids, volunteer, pick up a hobby you've always put off, maybe even start something new? This is where the process becomes personal and powerful, because when you know what matters most to you, you can bring shaping your financial plan around it. Planning without a goal is like setting out on a road trip without knowing the destination. So ask yourself, what do I know about my finances today? What do I want to know? And what will I need to do to get from here to where I want to be? The clearer your vision, the stronger your plan, and the more fulfilling your retirement will be.
I've been thinking a lot about how different retirement looks now compared to when my dad retired. He only had about 10 years of retirement before his health declined. Back then, the world felt simpler. One home, one pension, and not much talk about living into your 90s. But when I look at Elaine, I still see so much energy in her. She's curious, engaged, always dreaming up the next adventure. It's clear to me that our retirement could stretch decades, which is obviously exciting, but also a tad stressful, because we need to be prepared.
A common assumption about retirement is that it lasts about 20 years, but today, that's often just the starting point. According to Statistics Canada, if you're 65 today, you can expect to live another 20 years, and many will live well into their 90s. In fact, the number of Canadians living past 100 has more than doubled in the last decade, and that trend is expected to continue. That means more than half of retirees today will spend 25 years or more in retirement. And that changes everything. Retirement is no longer a short chapter. It's a multi-decade journey with different stages, different needs, and different decisions along the way. The old model was relatively straightforward. You retired at 65, you lived off public pensions, you had one home, and your investments were mostly interest-bearing. And your retirement lasted maybe 15 to 20 years. But now, the new model is far more dynamic. You might retire at 55, then again at 60, and maybe even re-enter the workforce later. You could have multiple sources of income: pensions, savings, rental properties, business income. And you might live in more than one place, downsizing, relocating, or even living abroad. And your investments are likely more complex, with a mix of registered and non-registered accounts, stocks, bonds, and more. This shift means your retirement plan needs to be flexible, layered, and built to last. Because retirement today is not a finish line. It's a new chapter with many pages. And the earlier you understand that, the better prepared you'll be to navigate each stage with confidence.
I've been feeling a steady pressure lately, not overwhelming, but enough to keep me thinking. It's the kind of stress that comes from knowing there are important decisions ahead and not wanting to get them wrong. Income, investments, risk, legacy. I've started to realize that if I wait too long, I might lose options I didn't even know I had. That's what's pushing me to plan now. Not because I have all the answers, but because I want to make sure I'm asking the right questions while I still have time. One of the most common things people say as they approach retirement is, I don't know what decisions I'll need to make or when to make them.
One of the most common things people say as they approach retirement is, I don't know what decisions I'll need to make or when to make them. And that's completely fair, because retirement isn't just one decision, it's a series of them. Some are obvious, like when to stop working or when to start drawing income. But others are more complex, like how to structure your investments, how to protect your estate, or how to manage risk over time. You'll need to think about how your portfolio is built and whether it matches your retirement timeline, or what kind of estate plan you want and how your assets will be distributed. How to protect yourself from the unknown, whether that's market volatility, health changes, or unexpected expenses. And for many people, this is where things start to feel overwhelming. It's easy to put off planning when the decisions feel too big, too technical, or too far away. But the truth is, the earlier you start, the more options you'll have, and the more control you'll keep. That's why working with professionals is so important. Financial planners, legal advisors, tax experts, they're not just there to crunch the numbers. They're there to guide you and to help you make informed choices at the right time. Because money is a tool. It's like a compass. It doesn't tell you where to go, but it helps you stay on course. And when you use it well, it can support the life you want to live. The right decisions made at the right time can shape a retirement that's secure, flexible, and aligned with your values.
I've been digging into the numbers more seriously these days, and I'll be honest, it's stirred up more questions than answers. I know what I've saved, but I'm not always sure how it translates into a steady, reliable income over the long haul. There are so many moving parts: inflation, market shifts, unexpected costs, and it's hard to feel confident without seeing the full picture. That's why I've started working more closely with my advisor to understand how it all fits together with the life Elaine and I want to live. I just want to make sure we're prepared so we can enjoy this chapter without second-guessing every step.
For some, retirement income comes from just a few predictable resources, maybe a pension and government benefits. But for others, it's a patchwork: saving accounts, RSPs, rental properties, dividends, even part-time work. And it can feel like trying to piece together a puzzle without knowing what the final picture looks like. And then there are the expenses, which can be just as unpredictable. Inflation, lifestyle changes, travel plans, healthcare, they all add layers of complexity. With the right guidance, even the most complex financial picture can be simplified. You'll gain clarity, confidence, and control, knowing that your retirement income is aligned with your lifestyle and goals.
Now that we're more than a decade into retirement, I find myself reflecting on how much has changed and how much we didn't see coming. The early years felt light and full of possibility, but as time goes on, the realities of aging start to show up in quieter, more personal ways. Healthcare especially has become a bigger part of our lives than I ever imagined. If we hadn't built a strategy early on, I honestly don't know how we'd be managing right now. We might have been forced to dip into savings we meant to preserve, or make tough choices about care versus comfort.
Clients often ask, what if my health changes? How will I afford care? And that's a fair question. Because while we plan for vacations and hobbies and lifestyle upgrades, healthcare costs tend to sneak up quietly, and they're rising fast. Consider this: elder care in Canada is expected to double to $60 billion annually by 2031. Dental care alone is rising at 6% a year, and nearly 43% of adults aged 60 to 79 have root cavities. That's why working with an advisor is so important. They'll help you anticipate these costs and build a strategy that protects your income, especially in the later years when healthcare needs tend to increase. One smart approach? Well, delaying government benefits like CPP, QPP, and OAS. By waiting, you increase your monthly payouts later, when you're more likely to need them. In the meantime, you can draw from RSPs and other savings in retirement. This creates a more predictable income stream, one that's better aligned with your future healthcare needs. We explored this strategy in more detail in other videos, and we'll revisit it later in this series. But for now, here's the key idea. Healthcare in retirement is like a leaky roof. You ignore it and the damage compounds, but you plan for it and you can stay dry, even in the storm. Planning for healthcare means building income that's secure, predictable, especially in the later years when you'll need it most.
Thinking about it a few years before retirement, I remember asking myself, am I truly in good financial shape? I had a decent income, a paid-off house, and some investments, but I realized that comfort isn't the same as clarity. So I sat down, mapped out our assets and liabilities, and finally saw the full picture. That moment really gave me the confidence I needed to finally take the leap. If I hadn't mapped everything out, I would be left in the same confusion and would have probably worked for more than I needed. And if you think I was happy retiring, you should have seen Elaine.
There's a moment that catches many people off guard. It's when they realize they're not sure what they actually have. They've worked hard, earned well, maybe even lived comfortably, But now they're asking themselves, am I truly in good financial shape? It's a very humbling question because income, even a high one, doesn't always translate into long-term security. This is where net worth becomes the anchor. Assets minus liabilities. It's a simple formula, but it reveals a complex story. Planning ahead means looking beyond income. It means understanding what's truly owned and what's owed and how long these resources can sustain a life without regular employment. Now, a thoughtful financial strategy doesn't just preserve wealth, it creates new income streams, even in retirement. Whether through investments, pensions, or structured withdrawals, the goal is continuity, stability, confidence. And with that clarity comes power, the ability to make informed decisions, adjust course, and build a future. And the earlier the reflection begins, the stronger the foundation becomes.
I still smile when I think back to that first market downturn after we retired. It was the first time I saw our portfolio drop and realized there were no more contributions coming in to soften the blow, just the numbers going down and me staring at the screen wondering if I should do something. But thankfully, I didn't. I remembered what our advisor said: stay calm, trust the structure, don't chase the wind. And sure enough, things recovered, and I learned that a steady hand matters more than a perfect forecast. Because frankly, that sort of thing does not exist, no matter how much we all wish it did.
Market downturns can feel like storms on the horizon, especially when retirement is near or already underway. The instinct to protect what's been built is strong, but reacting too quickly, selling low in a panic only to buy back high, can do more harm than good. The truth is, volatility is part of the journey. Markets rise and fall, and what matters most is the structure of the portfolio and the clarity of the long-term plan behind it. A well-designed retirement strategy doesn't chase daily fluctuations. It's built around a clear understanding of goals, timelines, and risk tolerance. Investing for retirement is like sailing. There's no need to adjust the sails for every gust of wind, but the boat must be sturdy and the destination must be clear. With the right guidance, the portfolio becomes a tool. It supports the plan, adapts to changing conditions, and helps maintain confidence when the waters get rough. A strong strategy built with care is what carries a retirement plan through uncertainty.
I've never been one for the legal side of things. Truth be told, I find it a bit dry and tedious, but that's exactly why I'm so relieved we got our affairs in order years ago. Wills, powers of attorney, healthcare directives, all the paperwork that felt boring at the time now feels like a gift. It means if something unexpected happens, and our kids won't be left guessing.
There's a quiet kind of reassurance that comes from knowing things are in place. When life takes an unexpected turn, clarity matters. Legal preparation is about creating a framework that supports loved ones when guidance is needed most. It's about removing guesswork, reducing stress, and ensuring that wishes are respected. Now, every province has its own approach, and the details can vary, but the principle remains the same. When responsibilities are clearly assigned and intentions are documented, families are better equipped to navigate difficult moments. It's not just about choosing the right forms, it's about choosing the right people. Those who can carry both the emotional and financial weight with care and with clarity.
Nothing could have prepared me for Elaine's passing. After all those years together, even knowing her health was declining, the final moment still felt impossible. But I'm grateful we had the hard conversations early on. The wills, the directives, the final arrangements, because when the time came, I didn't have to make decisions in a fog of grief or chase down paperwork. I could just be her husband, mourning her, remembering her, and holding on to the life we built. Every quiet morning, every shared laugh, every ordinary day that now feels extraordinary.
Among all the conversations around retirement, the next one tends to sit quietly in the background. Final arrangements. What happens after we're gone? It's uncomfortable. And when it's left unspoken, the weight often falls to those already grieving. Pre-planning is about easing the path for those left behind. It allows loved ones to grieve without the added weight of urgent decisions or unexpected responsibilities. It's a way to protect loved ones from having to make hard decisions in hard moments and from facing unexpected costs alone. Think of it like packing for a trip you won't take, but your family will. Everything is prepared so they can move through the moment with clarity and peace. Pre-planning is an act of love. It brings comfort, reduces stress, and helps those closest carry on with less burden.
I've been thinking a lot about legacy lately. After Elaine passed, I found myself holding on to the stories we shared, the values we lived by, and the quiet lessons we passed down to our kids. That's what lasts. We tried to live in a way that would make sense to them long after we're gone.
As retirement planning winds down, a deeper question often begins to surface. What will be left behind? Some legacies involve passing down a business or a cherished family property, but others focus on charitable giving or navigating the dynamics of blended families with care and clarity. At CG, for example, we work with partners like Charitable Impact to offer flexible ways to support causes that matter, including donor-advised funds, which allow for thoughtful long-term giving. But beyond the tools and structures, what matters most is intention. Values, stories, lessons, the quiet impact that lives on in others. Whether it's passing down a business, supporting a cause, or preserving a family cottage, each choice reflects what mattered most. And while there are tools to help structure that giving, the heart of it is simple: to make things clearer, kinder, and more lasting. Your legacy is the final chapter you write, so make sure it's the one your loved ones can read clearly. Retirement isn't a single decision. It's a series of moments, some practical, some emotional, that shape the next phase of life. Today, we've walked through the key areas that deserve attention: lifestyle transitions, financial planning, healthcare, legal documents, and legacy. And while this overview offers a starting point, there's much more to explore. And that's why we're launching this new series, Retire Ready, the next chapter. In each episode, we'll take a deeper look at the topics we touched on today. We'll break down the decisions, the strategies, the conversations that make retirement not just manageable, but meaningful. So if you're thinking about retirement, or already in it, or helping someone you love prepare for it, this series is for you. If you found this video helpful or interesting, consider subscribing to our channel and hit the like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter to receive the free Estate Record Keeper. It's a guide to help you organize your estate for your loved ones. And if you have any questions, click the link on the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to book a free strategy meeting with a member of our team. And remember to be kind to yourself and others, and I'll see you in the next episode of the next chapter.